Howdy. Sorry for my late hair, I just took a shower. Today's video will be a little bit different. So, I'm doing the Einstein riddle, and here's the Einstein riddle first, before I tell you anything else. Pause the video if you want to solve it for yourself and whatnot. This was supplied by allesl.com. I'll link it in the description. And if I forget to comment, please tell me that it's not in the description, and I will then put it there. I can read it out to you. Actually, I will, just in case my handwriting's bad, which it normally is, even though I tried to write neat here. So, 1. The British man lives in the red house. 2. The Swedish man keeps dogs as pets. 3. The Danish man drinks tea. 4. The German plays soccer. 5. The greenhouse's owner drinks coffee. 6. The owner who plays baseball has birds. 7. The owner who plays basketball lives next to the one that keeps cats. 8. The Norwegian lives in the first home. 9. The owner who plays violin drinks beer. 10. The owner of the yellow house plays piano. 11. The owner living in the center house drinks milk. 12. The owner who keeps the horse lives next to the one who plays the piano. 13. The greenhouse is on the immediate left of the white house. 14. The Norwegian lives next to the blue house. 15. The owner who plays basketball lives next to the one who drinks water. So who owns the fish? So, I took about, it was about midnight when I tried to do this, because I couldn't sleep. So, I don't know how long it would have taken me if I did this midday or anything, but I had tried to solve it a few different ways. These were a couple of my, attempts. I was hoping I could just connect everything, and there'd be a line through one of them, and I could just say, oh, that's one of them, though that didn't happen. And then I tried to, find out who was neighbors, who wasn't neighbors. I did, my first thought was it's like a nonogram, and I would make, these crosses, but there were just too many variables to do it. And so, even though now looking back, it basically was one, and I probably could have anyway, but that's beyond the point. I eventually settled on, I'll just give you a little flash because it has the answers on it that I did, but I settled on this. So, and that seemed to work actually pretty well. Now, I'm not going to, dead solve it right here. I'm going to show you how I did solve it. I'm going to go through it. It's just me crossing stuff out, really. It's probably going to be boring, but I doubt many people will watch this, so that's okay. A type of assumptions that we have is that the order of the houses is that 1 is to the left of 2, 2 is to the left of 3, 3 is to the left of 4, 4 is to the left of 5, so on, so on, so on. And then, well, not so on, actually, it's just 5 houses. And then each item is unique to the house, so i.e., you cannot have 2 houses that have dogs or 3 houses that are red. There's 1 red house, that means that all the other houses cannot be red. That's what that means. So, what I did here is that I wrote number 1, which is this is house number 1, and these are all the possible things that house number 1 could be. So then, as we get more information, I will cross off what it can't be, leaving what remains what it is. If that makes sense. So, our first clue is clue number 8. The Norwegian lives in the first home. So, house number 1. Must be Norwegian. But that also means that house number 2 can't be Norwegian. Number 3 can't be Norwegian. Number 4 can't be Norwegian. And number 5 can't be Norwegian. So does that make sense? Then we have, what else? Let's see. I don't really remember exactly how I solved this, so I will have to do some solving here. So, 14 is the Norwegian lives next to the blue house. Now, since there's only 1 house next to the Norwegian, which is house number 1, this means that this house must be the blue house. So, cross off everything except blue on number 2, and then blue goes away. For all the other ones, because they cannot be both blue. So we're getting somewhere. We have a blue house. Can you see this? Okay, good. We have a blue house, and we have a... What was my reasoning here again? Let me just double check that I... Oh, yeah, this was what kind of actually, like, solved it kind of for me. So then, from here, I'm trying to keep this succinct by using my old reasoning so I don't have to, like, sit here and think it all out again, because then it'll go boring because I'm just thinking. So for, what is it? 13, the greenhouse is on the immediate left of the White House. So if the greenhouse is to the left of something, that means that number 5 cannot be green. Because number 5 is left of nothing. Number 5 is the rightmost house. And so there's nothing to the right of it for it to be to the left of that. Now, if that's not green, and the greenhouse is on the immediate left of the White House, this house can't be green either, because this house is blue, so it's not the White House, and this is to the left of that house. So number 1 can't be green. Number 3, oh, yes. So, before I continue with this line of reasoning on the greenhouse, number 3 drinks milk because it says, 11, the owner who living in the center home drinks milk. 3 is the center home. So that means that cross off milk for everyone else. So we have that. And oh yeah, that was it. Okay. So number 5 says the greenhouse drinks coffee. So if we were to say that number 4 was white, then 3 would have to be green. But green drinks coffee, as per rule number 5, which cannot be the case because the center house drinks milk. So we know it cannot be, number 1 cannot be green because then this would have to be white, but it's blue. We know it's blue from rules 14 and 8. It cannot be 2 because it's blue. Cannot be 3 because they drink milk and green drinks coffee. Cannot be 5 because green is left of something and 5 is left of nothing. Therefore, number 4 is green. No other way about it. Now, since we know that number 4 is green, we also know that number 4 drinks coffee. So, we have green and coffee for number 4 already. Looking pretty good, actually, so far. So, what next? Let's think for a moment. And look at the rules. So, let's see. Now we know the British man lives in the red house. So any house that we cross red out on, we can cross British out on as well. Oh crap, wait. I did that wrong. I didn't mean to cross British out there. That's still there, because that red isn't crossed out. So then... Also, since this guy's Norwegian, it can't be red, because it has to be British to be red. Also, he can't be White House, because the White House must be number 5, because green is number 4, and green is left of white. So then, cross white out here, cross white out there. So then that means that we have a Norwegian living in the yellow house for number 1 now. And then we have green, white. So this one's yellow. That means that this one's red. Number 3 is red, meaning that it must be British. He must be British. So let's go ahead and cross all these out. We've got a British living in a red house drinking milk in the center. So then we can cross out British for everyone else, I suppose, because they cannot be British. Hope this is making sense. Hope this is entertaining in some capacity, but I doubt it is. So Danish man drinks tea, huh? So he drinks coffee, so this guy can't be Danish, by the way. He has to be either German or Swedish. Number 4 does. Yellow. I feel like there's something with yellow there. The owner of the yellow house plays piano. So, now we know that number 1 plays piano because he lives in the yellow house. So that means that no one else will have piano. No more piano for everyone else, which sucks. I love piano, which, if you're curious, I have a video where I play piano. I don't know why I just plugged that. Anyway. Now, there was something with the... The owner who keeps the horse lives next to the one who plays piano. So 1 plays piano, only 1 is next to... number 2 is next to 1. There's no other house next to 1. So therefore, must own a horse. Therefore, nobody else can own a horse. No more horses for anyone else. Never actually rode a horse. Well, actually, yes, I have. I did. One time in Boy Scouts. Or some sort of a retreat. I don't know, I'm giving you my last story. This is just a riddle place. So the owner of the violin drinks beer, it says? Where? 9. The owner of the violin drinks beer. Now, since he has a piano, he can't drink beer. Because he need a violin to drink beer, for some reason. Also, he can't drink coffee, because that's already been claimed. Let me go ahead and cross that out for everyone. So no more coffee. He also can't have tea, because the Danish man drinks tea. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Ignore this cross out. And ignore... No, yeah. And ignore this cross out, because those guys still could drink tea, because they could be Danish. But he can't drink tea because he's British. He can't drink tea because he's Norwegian. For some reason. He can't drink tea because he can't be Danish because he drinks... Oh, no, he just drinks coffee. That's it. Yeah, okay. So then, what else do we have? We have a piano playing... We have a piano... God dang. We have a piano playing Norwegian in a yellow house drinking water. Sounds like my kind of guy, honestly. The owner keeps the horse, lives next to the piano. Oh, the owner who plays basketball lives next to the one who drinks water. You drink water, you play basketball then. No more basketball for anyone else. No more basketball. I used to play basketball as a kid, too. I had a lot of hobbies as a kid, honestly. Also, you can't drink water. Because you're drinking water. But you also can't drink beer because you play basketball and don't play violin, meaning you must drink tea. So, we have a Swede in a blue house drinking tea with a horse playing basketball. The horse wasn't playing basketball, he was playing basketball, he just had a horse. Okay, whatever. Also, this guy can't have a horse. So, but that makes no sense. We don't have a Swede playing... No. We don't have a Swede playing... We have a Swede play basketball, drinking tea in a blue house, but he actually cannot be a Swede because he owns a horse. And number 2 says the Swedish man keeps dogs as pets. This guy's a horse. So... Also, no, you just can't drink water is all it is. So you can either drink beer or tea. So let's try and find something that has something with beer. Who drinks beer as their, like, that's like what I guess an alcoholic. But this was problematic for the riddle. But anyway. What else? The owner of the yellow house plays piano. Whoa, what? Oh, yeah, you play piano. Okay. Also, you can't own a dog because you're not a Swede. And you can't own a dog because you're not a Swede. Why can't you own a dog, though? Oh, because you own a horse. Because you're next to the... Yeah. And then you might own a dog. And you might own a dog. Okay. The owner that plays basketball lives next to the one that keeps cats. Well, I could be either one of these guys. Also, since you drink milk, you can't play violin because you must drink beer to do that. And the German plays soccer. You're British, therefore you don't play soccer. You must play baseball. Who else isn't? You guys might be German still. So that's to be determined. Also, you drink tea, don't you? Oh my god, therefore you're Danish also. A, because you play basketball and not soccer, and B, because you drink tea. Because of rule 3 and 4. So we have a Dane living in a blue house, drinking tea with a horse, and he plays basketball too. Maybe with the horse, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. So no horse. You might be Swedish, you might have a dog. You might be Swedish, you might have a dog. Actually, you can't be Danish. So these guys are German or Swedish. Now let's see. I bet there's something that'll probably decide that for us. So I mean, the German plays soccer. I don't. You guys can't play violin, right? No, you might play violin because you might drink. Actually, you cannot drink tea because you're not Danish. The Danish man drinks tea, meaning you must drink beer, meaning you must play violin. So you play violin. I mean, you can't play violin. And you can't play baseball either because he plays baseball. He plays violin, so you can play violin. You must play soccer. If you play soccer, it means you're German, meaning you're not Swedish. If you're German, then you're Swedish. So we got a German greenhouse coffee, and then we need to determine what pets these chaps own. There's something about cat. Oh yeah, the owner who plays basketball is next to the one that keeps cats. So, was there anything about birds? There had to have been. The owner who keeps the horse is next to the one who plays piano. We already did that one. The owner living in the center house drinks milk. The owner living in the yellow house plays piano. The owner plays violin. I didn't expect you to actually reason stuff out in this. I was kind of hoping I would just like run through this and like use my old reasoning so it wouldn't be boring for you. So I'm sorry. The owner plays baseball as birds. There we go. You play baseball. You got birds. So therefore, you don't have birds. You don't have birds. You don't have birds. You're Swedish. You must have a dog. So you don't have a dog. So cats are fish, and then cats are fish. That'd be something like cats, bro. The owner who plays basketball is next to the one who keeps cats. You play basketball, and therefore you're the only one that can even keep a cat. Because you don't live next to him. So, therefore you own a cat. If you own a cat, you can't own a cat, meaning you own the fish. So, German of the fish, by the way. That's the answer to the riddle. That's what we were trying to solve in the beginning, remember? Bet you forgot about that one. So, what do we have then? We have a house number 1. We have a Norwegian in a yellow house, drinking water. He's got cats. He plays some piano. He might not be my type, actually. Honestly, he might not be my guy. He might not be a friend, because I honestly don't. I had a cat, but I'm not like a big cat guy. I'm more of a dog guy. I'm more of a dog guy. Whoa. It's early. Danish. We got a Dane in a blue house, sipping some tea with a horse. And he plays basketball. Not sure if he's my guy either. Basketball's fun, but like, you know. Number 3, we got a Brit in a red house, drinking milk, birds, and baseball. Number 4, we got a German. Green. I was shortening all the other ones. Like I said, like a Dane, a Brit. I was gonna say a germ, but that's not what they're called. We got coffee. He drinks coffee. He's got fish. And he plays soccer. That's the only one I can actually imagine. I feel like Germans and soccer for some reason mesh well with me, but I'm also an American, so I don't really know, like, you know. We got a Swedish guy in a White House drinking beer with a dog, playing violin. So, who has the fish? The German! Which, let's see if it lines up with what I did last night. Norwegian, yellow, water cats, piano, Danish, blue, tea, horse, basketball, British, red, milk, birds, baseball, German, green, coffee, fish, soccer, Swedish, white, beer, dogs, violin. So yeah, this took a bit, and then I think the realization was this, so for this video I actually did it a lot more clearly, but last night, I don't know how I realized it, but I just like was staring at it, and then it was like, oh, number 4 is be green. And I knew that because number 2 is blue, because number 1 is Norwegian, and Norwegian lives next to the blue house, doesn't have any other neighbors, so therefore 2 must be blue. So then, since 2 is blue, number 5 can't be green because it's still up to nothing. And what else did I write? Oh yeah, number 3, yeah, because he can't drink coffee. He drinks milk because he's in the center house. And then so then I just somehow, I don't know how, that put it together. Knowing that number 4 was green is what put everything else together. So this is like one of those like logical like syllogism things. It really is mostly like very, very simple reasoning, except for like that one. Knowing that this was green, here it was just, I broke it up into like 3 different simple reasonings, but when I did it, it felt so much smarter because it was just all at once, but now doing it, it's actually a lot more underwhelming. So that's a bummer. But yeah, initially I did a lot more, like a lot more than I needed to. Just to color code it, and I was thinking like this has to be wrong because I doubt that Einstein would have wanted me to color code it. Like, and I was like, well, I had pens back then, and they certainly had colors. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed. Though, given how like dry this was, it was as dry as cardboard. I doubt anyone's making it this far, but that's okay. I make this because I like making things. Okay. Everyone have a good day.